Oh, hey guys, welcome back. Yeah, I got the wife's car in here. We got some issues all along. So, the hatch has come off. We started some body work. So, hang around. Let's get to it. Yeah, I've been needing to get to this. We did do a little bit of a repair here. I still need to get back at it, get the right paint. I can't paint, so I'll probably have to have somebody touch that up. And once we get the gate done, I still need to do a spot over here. But, yeah. But let me set you up and I'll show you what I'm up to get to this point to where I can pull this hatch. I probably won't be able to lift it off myself, so I'll have to find somebody to give me a hand to get it off and get it on the stand, and then we'll go from there. Okay, first of all you got to do is you got to pull this panel off, the bottom panel. I pulled the trim off, the seal. It looks like there's some sort of glue, but it's tacky. It's not glue, so whatever's in there, it'll go back on just fine. So I'm going to get this panel off, and then we need to pull this panel back because it goes all the way up to beside the seat. We're not going to remove that whole panel, but I need to pull this panel back to where I can remove this panel, and then I might be able to even do that without it, but really can't see up in there. Let me grab a light, but this is the washer hose for the sprayer for the fluid with rear windshield washer, which, by the way, I need to replace. This rotted off, so I need to order this up, but that'll be later. But you need to unplug it from in here, pull this out, then you need to reach in and unplug this, and there's one on each side. And then I see there's a bolt here and another bolt, but I am not sure what that one is for. I think that's a bolt head. So what I am going to do is I'm just going to remove these two, screw those, and then whenever we go to place it back in, I'll just have to line it back up. But then you got your struts, which they got clips on them. You pull these clips and they pop off the head, and get those removed. So yeah, a little bit of work ahead of me. Got the heater going. She's warming up out in here, but once I get this off, I have the Spitfire outside, and they're calling for snow. It's cold right now, it's like in the 20s, but they're calling for snow this afternoon. If I can't get this finished, which I doubt I will, with all that cutting out and welding in and etc., it's a possibility I may have to put a cover over the back of this, pull the Spitfire back in until I'm done with this, and then pull this back in, get it all attached. But from what I'm looking at here, it starts from over here. I'm going to get the descaler out, so I'm kind of thinking I might be able to get away with starting around here. This is my other channel, go check it out. So, but we need to replace all this And it looks like I can get away with stopping here too, so I won't have to contend with corners. But we'll find out when we get more into it. Okay, live and learn. These, I ain't sure how they come off. I'll have to figure out. They just look like they clip on. Yeah, we'll figure that out. But there is a nut there. There's another one here and another one here. But I found out I didn't need to remove this. But removing the seal, yes, you will, because that's what holds your headliner in place. But now I can get in there. So that's a good thing. Maybe I can work my way back, let me get a light and all that set up, and we'll go from there. Okay, let's see. There's just a plug right here, so that will help. These are for hanging clothes. That goes back further. I really can't see where that goes, so I'm going to have to figure out how to get these off. But there's that one. That's what these are. Boy, that goes back in a ways. How can I get that unplugged to where I can plug it back in later? Well, piss. We'll figure all that out. And as for the plugs, they're right here. Let me show you. They're attached right there, so I'm going to get them unplugged on both sides and get them fished up through here. Then I'll contend with this. Okay, we got this one undone and out. There's two small plugs to reach in and unplug, and then you just pop this grommet out of the body and feed it up through. So now I'm going to attempt to see what's going on with this, try to get at least this one removed to where I can get it back up in there to get that hose undone. Okay, we got that bolt out. There's a spacer on there and the hanger deal. Then there's a cover that just snaps on over it. It snaps off. 13 millimeter, and it takes it right out. So, and that's where that little Christmas tree deal went. So now I can kind of get a little deeper in there. See if I can find out where it's there's a connection made. I don't want to pull the headliner down too far, but I need to get my light to really see in there better. All right, there's the connection. I see it. Right there. It's kind of clipped There's a clip that holds it in place, and then there's a connection right here that has a clip on it. I'll have to get a small screwdriver to get that, but I'll show you what I'm talking about. Right here, it's that small clip, and as you see this little black band, let me turn it if I can, right there. It opens up. You gotta pull that off to make the disconnect it. So get a small screwdriver and we'll pop that off. Alrighty, we got her all out, all disconnected. What I'm going to do now is I'm just going to remove one bolt, leave the other one in on both sides, so whenever help comes, I can just get that released, these released, and they can hold it up while I disconnect the last bolts and set up my body stand. I'll probably put it over here, at least it'll be out of the way for now, and then pull the car out because I don't have much room here. I got from the bumper over maybe 5.5, 6 feet, and I got the front bumper of the car almost right against the door, 6 inches maybe. But so now to summon some help. Okay guys, I did get out the descaler, Harbor Freight special, and I went to town on it. I need to pull this panel off, but I may do that after I get it off the car. But yeah, she's pretty rough, and I did it out here. I'm pretty solid from here to here, so I'm just going to clean this up with a roll lock inside now. But I'm thinking I'm gonna have to go from, we'll see where the metal is good to come up so far and cut these. I'm gonna pull these stickers off, and I can get so far over to here. But we'll clean her all up and see what we need to do beforehand. And yeah, I think I can get away with from about here, which is right about there. But we'll see once we get it off. I'm going to pull this panel. Gotta pop the window, which I got it unplugged now. I can't pop the damn window to feed that up over. Oh shit. Damn it. Yeah, we'll fight with it once it's off. Okay, we did get it. What you need to do if you unplugged it and forgot it like I did, see that white deal right there? That's the lock. I just reached up in there with a screwdriver and pushed it that way, and it popped the glass. So now I'm gonna bring this down and open that up to pull that panel off. There we go. Now we got her off. My son-in-law and his buddy, they're down for Thanksgiving. They stopped by because they're dropping my daughter-in-law off. But we got her off, got her on the stand. Now I'm going to start tearing into this thing. But yeah, she is pretty bad. We'll see what we can do. I'm going to clean her up a lot just to get to where I am knowing what I need to do, get the metal ready, and reposition this once I get this out of the garage. I gotta get my tools out of there. So I'll bring you back whenever we're ready. Okay, we got the car out. I'm gonna try and clean this water up. I moved my cardboard, my oil catch for the Spitfire, because British cars and British motorcycles leak oil just for the fun of it. I'm going to broom that up, try and move this a little bit more out to where I can work on it, not in the corner. But yeah, we're getting there, we're getting started. Pile of slush. Now, see if I can move this without screwing myself. There we go. That'll work. Yeah. Now we'll get the roll locks out. Yeah, it took a bit for that compressor to shut up, but I ground it back with the die grinder, angle grinder. But then I grabbed my battery operated flappy disc, went over it, been looking where I'm going to cut out, because this is pretty pitted. I can go right up to where the angle just levels out and cut that out. I can go back to about here just before that drain hole, right around in here or somewhere. Take that section out, and then when we get over here, this is all good metal right along in here, and then it drops down. So I'm thinking I'm going to go, I'll get a Sharpie out. This used to be, there's a drain hole, but I'm going to cut that out. Probably leave, I may try to get this section off, but leave this back part, take this lip off. And then over here I'm going to try and cut up along the edge, back up to the flat, and then along over to here, and bring it, I might go a little further, bring it down and off. So I need to remove this lip, part of that lip. There's a part of a lip here in this section, just so I can do this section first, because you can't attach the outer skin to it until you have something to attach it to. Okay, we figured out what we're going to do here. As you can see, you can barely see it in there, but there's a lines right here. I have it coming up to this edge and then starting here. So, but this is welded, spot welded on. We'll find out when we get there. Running along here, cut down to get rid of this lip, but I'm leaving that, and then back up across. We'll find out what we got to do there. Up again, that's a spot weld. Now along this edge, it cuts back at this angle, down, remove this part of this lip, and start replacing all that. It may go in sections. We'll see how it works out. Yeah, that's the thing about putting it in sections, and once you grind it all down, and it'll look good. It'll look good. Nobody's going to see it. And now, plus I'm going to use like a bed liner and mask it off and bed line the underside of this. So hopefully it helps it out. I do have some rust converter. We'll see what the inside looks like once we get to it. Maybe give that a coat before we put the metal back on so it doesn't rot. I mean, I can get in through here in different sections and coat that. So we'll see how it works out. Now this is where we're at. I had to use a few different tools. I started off with my angle grinder, cutoff wheel. It wasn't doing the trick, so I grabbed a wheel of that, cut most of it out, grabbed my body saw. I had to slice down to get this section off, and here and here to get down to the main body, and same over here. I still got a little chunk that's got to come out of there, but I just got done drilling the two spot welds out on both sides. I thought there was one, but there's two. I did leave this piece of metal in. It's kind of flexy, but I'm gonna put that back down in and weld it to the new piece that's going in, you know. Like I said, it probably go in sections. I need to make it the same shape as to get that lip, this lip, because the new panels that's going to go in has a lip on it, which is right here in the new panel. Has a lip on it. And then once I get that in place, then we come over and we dolly that lip down and seam seal. So it's gonna be a project, but I want to kind of clean some corners up, like here, and this one ain't bad. I can weld that in once I put the new piece in. Same here. Clean that up so whenever the new piece of metal goes in, I can size it. Now, I grabbed my straight edge, which is a level, 4-foot level, to check this straightness on this, because I was kind of wondering if it had a curve in it or not, but it is straight across, which is a good deal. So I'll use that straight edge for whenever I go to put these pieces in. But first we got to do is, I'm thinking, get all this taken care of first. Get that this section in, and then worry about the outer panel later, because I'll have to flip it over to work on it. Yeah, but I'm going to start trying to gather up the sheet metal. I do have some pieces there because I'm just chopping out of that, and I can cut out of this, and I have another one over there, and we do have some sheet metal hiding back behind there somewhere. But I'm going to start forming sections. I think I'm going to do it in sections. I might do a section here to here, and then this section, maybe this section. We'll see how it works out, but playing it by ear. That sits pretty good right along there. So now whenever you remember, whenever you're cutting metal, if you mark it, you got to cut on this side of the line. Always cut it fat so that you can remove material to get it to size correctly. And with bends, when you do bends, if you measure your distance, it's going to change. So always mark your your metal lengthwise longer than you need to take up for that. So I'm going to clean this up and knock that corner off and see if I can get, because I'm only needing to do two bends which is this bend and this bend and this bend. So hopefully I cut enough material. All right, I did get that sized in correctly. That can fill in nicely all the way down to where it meets this section. I'll have to add that in with this piece whenever I build it. But I did think I cut it a little long, which, like I said, that's what you want to do. If I cut this short, once I make this bend, which you're going to have to do anyways, move that out. You're going to have to anyways. This section that I'm putting in, this section, will take up that gap. So if you cut shy, just a little shy, you don't want to too shy, but about half that distance or 2/3, 1/3 that distance. If you cut that shy, it'll fit, because you do have that channel that metal's got to sit into. But so I will start shaping this and set up the welder and hopefully get this thing done. I'm starting to get tired a little bit here. What I've done here is I used a couple magnets, got it to where it's setting up with where I'm going to be tacking it, and I took my Sharpie and I marked right where the bend is supposed to start, here and here, and then I got to measure the height of this bend, and then this bend, it's shorter over here than it is here, so it's going to taper. So I'll get that marked, and then scribe my lines, and hopefully I don't have a break. If you guys want to send me one or help me out with some tools, I have a Patreon down below, plus I have Buy Me a Coffee. One-time donation, or you can do a monthly donation. Until I get monetized, and then that helps out. But yeah, it's just certain tools I don't have and would love. Just like I'd love to have a metal cutter, air or whatever, so I don't have to use a wheel of death to cut these pieces out. It just make it cleaner, safer, etc. No, hey, every little bit helps. But let me get all this marked up. Let's see. Right around 3/4 of an inch. Let's see what this one's saying. Burn a little bit, I guess. About a 1/2 inch. So we will take this and take this down 1/2 inch. 3/4 of an inch. And then I'm going to get my straight edge and scribe it, draw my line, and start bending. Yeah, we're going to use the poor man's brake. So what I'm going to do here is bring this in to where I can just start rolling it over. because if you recall, this is where the edge, where it start to roll down, and this is where the edge will start to roll up. So I need to bring this further away from the vise. And then I got to remember you want to bring it this way because you want this edge to be the bottom side. This is the horizontal side. It's going to be like that. And then this side is going to roll over. So we need to bring it this way. So I'm just going to do a little at a time. Pretty close. We'll worry about this edge later. I think it's going to need to go more, but we're more worried about here, this lip, to match up. So let's go back to the hatch. Yeah, I'm going to have to do this angle a lot sharper. So I'll get that done out of the way. At least you got an idea of what I need to do. Well, I've been massaging this mother, massaging and massaging, but we got her about as close as we're going to get it to fit. I do got to draw this out this way, which is no big deal. It's just sitting proud over that way there. But then I need to trim this edge, which I'm going to mark, get this set in place again, mark it, and trim that off. Well, we got the car back in. I still got to go out and put a tarp over the back end of the wife's car, but we do have part of this set in place, massaged almost to where we need it. I still need to trim off a section, but that'll have to wait till tomorrow. I'm getting wore out. And then plus my welding mask, the batteries died, so now I got to get batteries. I get them tomorrow, but yeah. But yeah, I'm getting wore out. It is 3:15. I've been out here since 9. About 6 hours straight. I did stop to get a piece of pizza, but I get tired pretty quick. I've been up since 5:30. So, but I get tired pretty quick because some of you probably don't know, I have Sjogren's syndrome, which is a autoimmune disease. If you want to look into it, it's spelled Sjogren's syndrome. It's a chronic immune disease which attacks the immune system. And it attacks glands that produce fluid. So my eyes get dry quickly. My skin, I got patchy spots all over my body that gets dry, and which I got to use lotion a lot on. You've probably seen on the side of my nose there. get that. I got dry spots on my arms and my back and stuff. I get a dry mouth, kind of like cotton mouth. I don't even smoke pot anymore. I did, but I don't no more. Heck, I don't even drink anymore that much. I might have a beer every now and then. But you can have difficulty swallowing, speaking, because it attacks your mind, your muscles, joints. Things can taste weird because it attacks your taste buds. You can get lung problems, which bronchitis and pneumonia ain't no big deal. Smoking cigarettes ain't helping them. I've been trying to cut down on that or quit, and it's tough. It's real tough. You can have kidney problems, hepatitis, cirrhosis of the liver, because it attacks your immune system. It thinks that your immune system is an antibody, and it just or some sort of disease, and it's attacking your own body. I do get tingling and numbness in my extremities, my hands and my feet, my legs every now and then, my forearms. They thought it was the fibromyalgia, but it wasn't. When they finally diagnosed me with this. But there's certain things that I am on a medication for it, which helps my joint pain, loosens me. You know, it's not a narcotic, so it's no big. But I can't remember the name of it. But it is helping, because if I didn't take it, my body aches for me, and I have also rheumatoid arthritis, so that just beats me down. I can't. If I don't take my medications, especially in the morning, I can tell. But it's just like I ran a marathon. My body's just aching, hurting all over. I mean, it's bad. I just can't move. You know, hell, I have a hard time getting myself up out of bed if I don't. So I take it like about 8 o'clock at night, and it's good through the night till morning. It lasts about 10-12 hours, but it's not a cure-all. I'm never gonna get cured because they don't have a cure for it. But, so I get fatigued pretty quickly. Some days are better than others, but yeah, if you want to look into it, it is called Sjogren's syndrome. Unfortunately, I do have it, and it won't go away. But, so that's the end of this video. We'll get back into it. I got to get those batteries for my welding helmet. The wife says, might as well get a couple batteries too for the key bobs. But yeah, if you like this kind of stuff, why don't you subscribe? It's free. Leave a comment. I try to reply to all my comments. And also, it's a good way for me to find your channel. And if I like your stuff, I'll subscribe and watch your stuff. So if you like this kind of stuff, go ahead and subscribe. If you feel froggish, you want to help out the channel a little bit, go down in the description. You'll see my Patreon and or buy me a coffee. You can either do one-time donations, or you can do monthly donations through one of the Patreon, or buy me a coffee. It helps out every little bit, like these batteries. I gotta buy batteries. I need different tools and stuff like that to give you guys good content. But hey, give me a big thumbs up, not the finger. And why don't you go look at that video? I know you're gonna like it. Let me know. We'll see you next time.